Hey, what's going on, you guys? It is Shiji here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV, a Realm Reborn video. So a few days ago, Ray and I were doing the Brave Flock's long stop duty, which is part of the main quest. Now, we're both DPS. He is a Thaumaturge, well, actually now he's a Black Mage, and I am a Dragoon. So we go in there with two random people, a tank and a healer, of course. Now, everybody did their job right, except for the tank. Now, in the background, of course, you guys are watching Brave Flock's Long Stop, and it's the game where we actually failed it because of our tank. And we're not going to hate on our tank. Instead, we're going to learn from his mistakes. And if you guys are tanks, this is a great video for you guys. You know what you should know. These are, again, very, very, very basic things that you should know as a tank. And if a DPS is giving you this advice, then you should, you should know more than what we should. Because as a DPS, we rely on the tank a lot. And when you fail us like that, it makes us very, very sad. Now, the number one thing every tank needs to remember is to please, 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 this is the one thing I'm begging you guys. Keep aggro, which means you guys need to keep the mobs focused on you. Why? Because you guys, your stats-wise and armor and everything of that sort, you guys have the highest defense. Out of everybody else, you guys have the highest defense. And you need to keep the aggro to keep the mobs from attacking us. Because why? We don't have that great of an armor compared to you guys. And what happens in this game is that for some reason, our tank does not have the ability to keep aggro. And it keeps going after Ray. Now, if you're a DPS or anything of the sort, if you are starting to get aggro, the best advice I can give you, stop attacking or attack with a lower damage. Use an attack with lower damage. That's the only thing I can get you until the tank can maintain that aggro again. So that is another thing. Number two, even though you are a tank and that you can survive huge attacks, learn to dodge the red zone. I don't know why, but our tank here does not know how to dodge the red zone. And just because you're a tank doesn't mean that's a good thing. Why? Because our healer has to heal you again. And if his mana runs out because you kept getting yourself hurt for, for 700 damage, then that's not good for the team at all. Because he has a limited amount of mana too. So you need to be able to dodge the red zone as well. And as a paladin, I don't know about a warrior, but as a paladin, I believe you should be able to learn heal. So learn to heal yourself too, put that on your hotbar, because sometimes the healer will have too much stuff going on. If there's too many things going on at once, especially when you get into the primal battles and stuff like that, they need to be able to not just heal the tank, but to heal everyone else, including themselves, because there's just so many things going on in a final boss during primals or any other duty. So learn to use heal as well. Now, tanks are considered to be the leader of the party, which means whatever they attack, everyone else has to attack as well. But that doesn't mean that you have to run off on your own and expect everybody else to follow you. No, that's just not how it works. That's not how teamwork works. What you need to do is, if everyone is running off to kind of a tangent path where there's treasure or there's whatever over there, key or whatever, if people are starting to run off that way, as a tank, you cannot just go running into the main path on your own. You need to follow everyone else. If you're new at the duty, then there's possibility that a DPS or a healer or anyone will know that there's a key or a treasure chest in another room. And you need to go follow them to get the treasure. Not only that, but as it's just a team thing. You can't just go running off on your own. That's not how the duty works. And if you do that, you're going to end up getting yourself killed. Now, what ends up happening in this game, Ray and I were looking into a different pathway that led to a treasure coffer. And our healer was starting to follow us, but our tank ended up running straight into, the purple zone, which usually closes after like 15 seconds. So as me, Ray, and the healer start walking off the other way, the healer notices that the tank is running straight forward. So the healer runs after him. And as Ray and I were going into where the treasure was, all of a sudden it says 15 seconds till the area closes. So Ray and I start running over there, and the tank is going on after a boss all by himself. And we're like, wait a minute, there's treasure over here. What are you doing? You can't just run in there. You have to wait at least outside the gate and wait till everybody's there. And not only this instance, but what happens like later on is that he ends up running into the final boss after we died a couple times fighting the boss, but me, Ray, and the tank are waiting outside the purple zone to fight the boss, and their healer's still making his way over after we had died, and he runs in there, starts attacking, and Ray and I are just like, you know what, screw it, let him fight it on his own, see what happens. He ends up wiping it anyways, but you can't just go running on your own as a tank, as anyone else, even especially if you're a DPS or a healer. You cannot just go running off on your own. You gotta stay with the group. You gotta talk in the chat, even though I know for PS3 players it's hard to talk, but you need to take that time to kind of come up with a plan. Again, this is like basic stuff. You know, you need to stick together. You need to come up with a plan. You need to talk things through. And that's how you guys are going to survive this. Now, as a tank, again, this is mostly for tanks. Please don't go running on your own. You know, we won't be able to know what to do. We're going to get into mass chaos. Everyone's going to be like, what the hell is going on? And it's a bad idea to just do that. So again, stay with the group. Now, this video is just coming from the viewpoint of a DPS. We consider the tanks such an important and crucial part of the group that we need to make sure that you guys are doing your job. You guys have like these big giant metal shields and these impenetrable armor you guys got on you that you guys can take so much damage that we cannot take as a DPS. So we need to make sure that you guys are doing your job so that the whole group can pretty much survive. And I know you tanks, I've seen you guys are running in there like there's like a room full of bugs and mole rats or whatever the hell they have in there, and you guys are just like, let's go run in there, we're gonna slaughter, we're gonna kill everything, or wave your sword around and axes and whatnot. And that's cool. We will follow you if there was only one way. You know, if there's that one dungeon or that one room that we need to get into, we will follow you to the death. Don't deny that we will not follow you. But you guys need to look around too. You know, there are rooms, side rooms with keys to get into the next room. There are rooms with treasure chests. There are rooms with things that you need to continue on with a dungeon. And we need to make sure that you guys are not just running in there without us. You need to kind of stay together with the group. So again, these are just the 2 tips that we hope that you guys will keep in mind when running a dungeon. And if you do keep these tips in mind, then I will be a very happy DPS, and I'm sure the healer will be very happy as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. Leave some comments if you have some other tips regarding tanks. And if you haven't yet to subscribe to our channel, hit that subscribe button for more Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. And I will see you all next time.